The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing. This is the habit-based lifestyle where you can access your full potential right now. Finally break free from destructive habits. That dream life, if you want it, you can have it. This is where you transform your health, mind, business, and relationships, or do nothing and keep your life the way it is. But if you're ready for change, you're in the right place. This is where you're gonna learn how to live a habit-based lifestyle. You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's go.
All right, guys, I want to welcome you to this training today. And we're going to be talking specifically about the human funnel strategy versus organic marketing. And we get a lot of questions on, hey, what's the difference between human funnel strategy and organic marketing? And I wanted to make a training on it because it's one of the biggest questions that we get asked. Many people think they're already doing a version of the human funnel strategy. And what I'm going to go through today is what really makes this program different than all the other marketing out there, all the other organic marketing out there. And it's really more of kind of like old school versus new school. And I want to make sure that as we go through this training, I want to make it very interactive. And so as you watch this, you will see that we're going to walk you through a step-by-step system on why this is different. So you get a better understanding of really what this is about and what it really does for you as a business owner, whether you have a brick and mortar business, and even some of the conversations we have with many business owners, they think, you know, if you have a brick and mortar business, people are walking in off the street. They think that is a version of organic marketing. I guess you could kind of consider it that, but that's not really what we consider organic marketing. So as we walk you through this step-by-step system, we're going to show you the differences. So I first learned about organic marketing it was around 2016. I owned a personal training facility at the time and had been doing it in my gym for probably the last actually up until about 2018, I sold it. And then as I transitioned out of that business, I got into more business and kind of lifestyle coaching. And at the time, you know, we moved from Washington State, sold my gyms, and we moved to Southern California and kind of found myself in this place of having to start over. I didn't have an active audience. I didn't have a lot of the things that many of you might have in place. But what it did allow me to do is it really allowed me to kind of go back to, okay, what made me successful in my training facilities was obviously getting people results. And not only that, really learning how to build relationships, learning how to get clients, all of those things, really learning about marketing and sales. And so I was able to kind of bring that into, okay, you know, I guess now I'm doing, you know, organic marketing again, because I'm starting a new coaching business. So when I talk about this, I'm talking about it from a place of experience that not only this is what built a multi-million-dollar fitness business that I was able to sell, but also another 7-figure business that I'm currently doing right now, which is the coaching. And so both of these have been used in a brick and mortar business and a virtual business. And so I don't know very many people that have had success in a brick and mortar business and a virtual business and actually got to sell one of them for real money. So here's the thing that I really want to get clear on today is, you know, organic marketing is kind of what I started, but I transitioned into this human funnel strategy because I started seeing so many people teaching organic marketing with cookie cutter tactics. And really when it came to them and some of the people that actually taught me these people were very successful. I can remember a few of them, you know, making $300,000-$400,000 a month. Part of it was they were they were some of the first to actually do it. The other side of it, as they got more and more competitive, they started to really see how bad they were at some of the things they did. And even some of the things that I saw them doing, I was like, man, I can't believe they're getting away with that. But as the markets began to shift in the last few years, everyone has kind of been teaching these tips and tricks. But what I found consistently to be true is no one really had a complete system to take someone who was interested to becoming a client and make it repeatable. And maybe they were able to do it for themselves, but they weren't able to actually teach other people how to do it this specific way. So, and like I said, a lot of the people that I've learned from have gotten amazing results, but they never put it into a system and they never taught it from a system. So they obviously made a lot of money, but I haven't seen very many people have the consistent results that we're getting inside of HBL with our clients inside of our Habit Accelerator program. So let's really look at this from a couple variations, because I really want to paint this out for you, because I think it's going to be really beneficial for you to see this. So old school, we're just going to say old school. So this is the old school organic marketing. And then this is the new school human funnel strategy. Now, we're going to write out the differences in these so you get a really good idea of what makes us different. So we have basically 5 levels deep of this. Now, when we talk about organic marketing, most of the things that we really look at when we do that is it's a very lazy way to do marketing. And a lot of it's kind of hoping and praying that, you're going to get messages, all those things. So what a lot of this does is, let's just say this, our first goal in the human funnel strategy is really to optimize and engage. And what that really means is the old school way of doing it is we never really optimized anything and we never really learned how to engage. And what that means is we never got to really engage with our audience. We never really optimized our social media profile to really see, hey, I know exactly what this person does. Their messaging, everything they have is on point. It's congruent with, what they're doing. Actually, I'm going to switch this. So if we look at this, the old school way of organic marketing doesn't really have you engage, doesn't really have you optimize your profile. And in that, it really hurts you because people don't know what you're actually doing. Here's this person sending them a bunch of messages, but they don't really know why or how or any of those things. And so it gets really confusing. People don't even really know what you do. And there's very little engagement. So inside the human funnel strategy, our very first thing to do is really to get you to optimize your profiles, optimize your social media presence, all of those things, have them up to date. A lot of times I'll see people still in the old school model, not having things up to date, like websites and many of those other things, websites, funnels, landing pages, all those things. But we have kind of like our social media profiles sitting up here, and they're working on feeding into either an old school model of organic marketing or the new school human funnel strategy. And it really breaks down into a system, and you can see right away that there's not a lot of engagement. There's not a lot of ways to optimize. And so many of the business owners like we meet today just think that, it comes down to just posting random content or posting content so many times a day. But we're going to kind of go through this and show you it's really not that way. So the other thing is we get to know your avatar and your messaging. And so what I found is a lot of times is most people do not really know where their ideal clients are. They kind of guess when it comes to their ideal clients, or they're like, oh, we want to be for everyone. And kind of the old school way of it is we want to be open to everyone. We can take anyone, we can serve anyone. And inside of that, the message gets really confusing. Now, inside of the human funnel strategy, we're going to get very clear. We get very clear on the avatar, where they are, how to find them, and then also the messaging, the business messaging that goes with that. Now, which is also included into this is DMs. So a lot of times the organic marketing will send out tons of DMs, tons of things like that. But because because they're so broad in who they're looking for, they have a really hard time finding their ideal clients. There's a lot of general clients, but it affects their messaging. And so they end up sending a bunch of DMs and nobody responds or does any of those things, but it's not the quality of person that they're actually looking for. And so they end up getting a lot of tire kickers. They end up getting a lot of people who don't really qualify in what they are and who they are and what they're actually doing. Now, the human funnel strategy is we're going to get very clear on the exact person that you really want to work with, not who you can work with. And so inside of that, we're going to have very specific messaging, very specific scripting, and ways to communicate that gets your client to want to communicate back and wants to connect with you because you speak the language that they like to connect to. Now, the other thing is we're going to get into is called content and communication. Now, old school way of organic marketing is you do a method called the pray and spray method. So you spray out a bunch of content, and I even have done this. You get on Instagram, you get on Facebook, you get on LinkedIn, you get on your stories, you spray content all over the place, but you have no end result that you're really trying to push them to. So it's called a spray and pray method. That method, although you may be putting out a lot of content, you're usually sitting back hoping and praying that people will actually slide into your DMs and be like, oh, please help me, please coach me. Now, believe me, I hear people say these stories all the time when they come into our program. And, there might be some people who do, but it's usually one out of a couple hundred. The way that you really want to look at this is if you know your avatar, if you're optimized and you know how to engage, then people are naturally going to want to be into your content. They're going to want to communicate with you. And so this is all about building a relationship. Now, I will say this, that the organic marketing, the old school way, I'm going to give you kind of a half a check because at least you're trying to put out content. But the new school way is very precise. And we usually recommend you stay on one platform until you've gotten results before you move to a new platform. Now, some people may not say that, but what I found is the best results always come from figuring out one platform. Once you figured that out, then you go figure out another. So, and I'm actually going to give you a half a check mark or a half a point on the DMing because, usually you go out, DM a bunch of people. The problem is you're DMing the wrong people and they don't respond to your content. They don't respond to your messaging. And so there's never any way to communicate with people. So I'm going to give you a half a point on those, but the human funnel system is a sequence and process that you begin to walk through that gives you a predictable outcome at the end of it. It's no more, spraying and praying. It's something that you really can begin to implement and see the results within a good 15 days to 30 days, which is better than just about any other marketing I've seen out there. Now, the human funnel strategy, the next piece is having business habits. Now, one of the things that I recognize in business is that most people have terrible business habits. So old school organic marketing is maybe you have a couple of habits of, putting out content, or you have a habit of, putting content out on all these platforms, maybe DMing every day. But outside of that, there is no other business habits. And some of the other things that I'll ask people is, what are some of your business habits when it comes to ways that you can improve your business? Most people will tell you, oh, I work out, I do those things. And although they will help you in your business, one of the things that I find out is that's not something that's going to bring in revenue to your business today if you do it. So inside of the human funnel strategy, we have specific business habits, a business system that is very predictable to get you the results, to get you the leads that you want every single day. And so that's really what we're walking through. Now, the next piece of this is having a high ticket offer. The goal with old school organic marketing is you push people to a low ticket offer or a 5-day challenge, a discount, something like that. And what ends up happening is we get a bunch of unqualified people who may only purchase something from us or just want a discount. And it's, $29, $39, $99, but it's a low ticket offer. And, we need to make $2,000. We need to make, if it's a $99 offer, we need to make 20 sales. If it's a $49 offer, we need to make 40 sales. What we usually start at is some type of offer between 1,500 up to 25K. Now that's most of our clients fit between this. And so there's a whole strategy around building that offer and doing those things. Now, I'm going to give a half point here because at least you have a low ticket offer. So if we're looking at this, these are half points. So these are kind of like, hey, we're doing half of the work. We're doing half of the content. We're at least putting content out, but it's not very specific. We're doing a couple business habits, but it's not super specific. We don't have a strategy on where this is going. And then we're all funneling it to a low ticket offer. Now, this system over here produces 10 to 15 leads a week, qualified leads, better than referral leads, which should result in a minimum of 8 to 12 new clients paying you somewhere between that 1,500 to 25K per transaction. This one over here, your leads, most people have no idea what amount of predictable leads they're going to be getting. And so they're constantly struggling for more and more leads, and they're having to devalue their price points and basically give things away or do challenges to get people in their program. And so the old school model is kind of all built around this. The new school human funnel strategy is all built around filtering people into here. And then we walk them through a sales process that really it's really based off selling results. So inside of the human funnel strategy, we're selling results. It's a results-based program, not a low ticket offer marketing program. And we find that people want to buy results. They don't want to buy, features and benefits, or they don't want to buy the Walmart version of what we're doing. And so this is the way that I've found is this human funnel strategy is a step-by-step framework of how to do all these things to get 10 to 15 leads a week, turn those into 8 to 12 clients. The other cool thing is you have the ability to scale this up. So once we say, okay, you should be able to do 10 to 30K per month by yourself. And once you go above this, you're able to start bringing in 30, 40, $50,000 a month. I do have a couple of people inside of our program doing over 6 figures a month using this strategy. But it just requires a team. Once you get above about $30,000, the other side is usually you end up doing a lot of the work, or some people do hire VAs to do some of the work, but the messaging is still not on point. The avatar is still not on point, and the results are not on point. And that's the key thing inside of this is there's a predictable way that we're able to get results with that human funnel strategy that you're not able to get anywhere else. And then we also offer the ability to accelerate results inside of this with some other features and some other things. And so we're really able to layer this on and really amplify this or accelerate this to the next level. So if you guys want to find out more about this, you can also email me, jesse@haveabaselifestyle.com. You can drop your name in the comments and we'll get you more information on this. But until next time, we'll see you soon.
The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse